Hi, I'm Pirate. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, you can think about subscribing. We are quite awesome in my very humble opinion. Also, I bought a mic. So you could probably tell it was bad before. I know, because of how good this sounds. But so this video is going to be more designs based on Pinterest photos. So I love doing these. They're so fun to me because also I can kind of just do them whenever, and I kind of just can sit and design. And also I'm trying to get more detail in my designs in general, so it's good practice. It really gets my creative juices flowing, especially like with me trying to improve my design process. Um, the setup for these is that they are all based on tables I found via Pinterest. It's just because I wanted to challenge myself because tables are again they're tables, they don't have a lot of detail, and so I wanted to really take the shape and like convert it to a person. And I wanted them all to be librarians and then how they librarian. So for each of them I came up with a unique way for them to one hold their books and then two their favorite genre of like to read, um and then also the cozy activities they enjoy while they read. So I thought that was like a good way of trying to humanize each of them when I had to work on them just through the tables. So it got me thinking like a bit more about them. Let's get into it. So I sketched out the general ideas I wanted for each table first, and then I separated them into layers because I knew some of them I was really strong on. The first design I was really strong on, and then like just getting my first ideas down was important to me. For the first design, it's from this jade colored table. I knew I wanted a silhouette. I knew I wanted jade bangles and then more preppy attire. I figured out her blunt bangs first, and then I debated giving her a bandana in her hair. But then it started to look too farmy. And then with her muscles, I didn't want her to come off as like a farmer or a mechanic. So I started to lean more into the softer elements, like her sweater that you'll eventually see. I don't know if you can see it now, but like I think the preppy helped her a lot. I think she paints a lot of her clothes, so that's why I put the Hunger Games logo on there. It's like I think it's I've read it like years ago. It's like Katniss's pin from her dad, I'm pretty sure. Correct me in the comments. I don't know. But so she painted that on there, and I also like to believe she made her bag with the little kitty face on it. I love how the folds are through her fit. I really like how they turned out. She carries all her books. She carries all the books in the library. Like she's quite proud of her forearms. I like that I made her more muscular and she like walks around and carries them because the other two have bags, but she's the only one who like muscles it. Um, but I couldn't get her hair color down at first. I needed to like figure out where the dark tones in her design were and like where to place the light ones. I know some people work in grayscale first, and I honestly debate doing that sometimes. But it took me a sec because I didn't just want to give her white hair because that was my first impulse, and then anyway, I gave her white hair. So, um, but I like it because I think it really brightens the final design, especially against like her skin. Um, so yeah. But as I was freeballing, um, both Chinese culture and Vietnamese culture have jade bangles, and I did research that there are different meanings with like having them on either hand, but it's not like a strict rule. And I already sketched her with them both on her hands. Also, I dubbed her Vietnamese. um, I also played with the jade saturation because I crave the variety in tones because that table did not have any. Like it just didn't have a lot. Um, but so I tried color picking and then it was like so I really had to use like my actual color theory. Um, like because I like color theory and so I actually had to use my knowledge. Um, she likes to be cozy and with a towel scented candle. I don't know if you guys have ever gotten those. My brother loves them. He used to love them. They're just like they smell like detergent kind of. But I think she likes those and she burns them while she reads. Um so she burns this candle while cuddling her beautiful fugly cat. Please name him in the comments. Please like him. He's like I don't know what he is. I think he might be a ragdoll in my opinion, like a ragdoll cat. Um, he's silly looking. And then I want her favorite genres to be dystopian, obviously because of the Hunger Games, and also like historical fantasy, like Bridgerton, but also not just for European culture. Like I want it to be varied. Um, and I think she likes incorporating these on her clothes, like with the Mockingjay symbol, but also I don't know how she would incorporate the historical element, but maybe she like thrifts stuff and alters it. That would be cool. The next one is this viney side table. The accents had like hints of orange and red in them, so I tried incorporating that with dark colors to contrast it. With all these designs, I really wanted to show them as like welcoming, happy, artistic in their like in their own ways. And I also wanted them to be happy at their job. I didn't want them to hate their job. Um, I love seeing people with like headphones accessories, and I thought it would really sit well with her hijab. So I tried to make her still have a lot of details and colors while remaining modest. Her shoes are my favorite part because it was like practically my first idea when I saw the table and her design. Because I was like, okay, what can I do? Shoes! Because how do you make an outfit out of that? Um, but I wanted her like I love her leggings so much. Dude, her I want her leggings. But anyway, something I needed to draft in the character design is the contrast between her sweater coat thing and the clothes under it. Sometimes both tones are like too mid and it muddies everything, and it I struggle with it sometimes. Like when something is too muddy, sometimes I just need to take a step back. Um but honestly, I love color theory. And so I did like taking a step back and then coming back to it. But yeah, I love how she turned out. She's incredibly bodacious and pretty. Um the I think her favorite cozy activities are like stargazing and flower pressing. I really tried to think of different cozy activities. It was kind of hard, but flower pressing, stargazing, and I made her favorite genre Yuri. Like she loves Yuri, which if you don't know is just women loving women. um Along with enjoying like fantasy based mysteries. Also, I went to Barnes and Noble the other day and I bought this book called Butter. I'm really excited about it because and I also bought a lot of gay books because there I bought this one about this knight and this witch that is in the woods. I'll if something comes of it, I'll make a video on it because it was cool. Um but yeah, so I just had that experience. She carries her books in this like chest thing. I like to think it sometimes has wheels. It's a bit more about appearance than functionality because it's like she's so cheery. Like I think she's really cheery, but also it's like I feel so bad I gave her that thing. But she gets distracted when she talks to people like in the library, but I don't think the other two mind like at all. This last one, I honestly didn't have that much of a clear idea besides the shoes because the original table was incredibly simple and it's like it's a block and it has the rivets. It didn't have like too many colors in them. So, anyway, the shoes I had down, especially I think in my first sketch I did. The others took like kind of all my creative juices. Um, and it was also hard to pin down a personality with a table that like wasn't that detailed. But because of the table, it reminded me of the 70s and ooh, I won. Not that I won, but I love those in-ground couches. I think they're really cool. I think I've put them in my art before. Not that I've posted it. I think they're in my sketchbooks. But I looked at old hippie bag designs for her to carry her books in, and I looked more into the bags because I didn't really know where to start. So I was trying to look, came up with this bag design. It's pretty weak when it's not holding anything, but books fit in it perfectly and like strengthen it because of the tension. I wanted to stay with the brown tones, So the oranges help her design pop while still looking on theme. Also, because she has so many tan and brown tones, I made her a coffee snob. Um, and she can tell like all the different undertones and stuff in coffee, and she's one of those people where it's like you give them a drink and she knows exactly what's in it. Um, I know one of those people. um, I don't think she branches out from her brown tones very often, and I made her enjoy like baking, crocheting, like and making bonfires. Because I thought like, okay, leading into the brown, it's like, okay, the fire could be cool. And I like different aspects of like a cozy cottage cabin. I tried to give all of them. I think genres she'd like fall into the lines of like feminist philosophy and analysis, and then also art history. Because I have met an art history grad student, and she was the coolest person I've ever met. um, she anyway. She does not have as like many trinkets as the others, but I still like her. Each design reflects a lot of like the shape of the table. Looking back on it, especially, I like how the wider table, like the jade one, leads to a buffer design, and how the thinner table gets reflected in like the characters' features and like their head shape and everything. I just think it's really cool. It also makes you think about like how to incorporate colors besides simply the table. And that's again like I struggled with the last design because it's not like they gave me a bright orange. Like I had to come up with it. Oh my god, I have to come up with things when I design. That's crazy. If you made it this far, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. And I will see you in the next one cuz I have plans. I'm going to stick to this. All right. Have a great like morning or night. Bye.